Hey, how's it going? Welcome back to another episode of the Duo Group Iron Man. In the last video, I did chambers and got up to 500 KC, and here is the collection log. I did get one purple in the last video, which was arcane number 7. I know I just started the video, so I haven't actually done anything. I've just been woodcutting. I woke up today, there was an update, and it looks like they added the forestry stuff into the collection log because I just got a new slot, the log basket. There's 8 items to get total, and I will eventually get all of these. I'm gonna do Wildy Slayer today. I think the last task I had was a bear's task, and I finished that and didn't grab another one, so I could get the back-to-back here. Also, I have 13 Laren's keys, which I don't think is really that many, but let's see. Lesser Demons. I feel like I've done so much Wildy Slayer, but according to my Slayer helm, I've only done 11 Wildy tasks. I guess because I was doing like boss tasks, which makes it seem longer. This is my second time using the Wildy Slayer cave, so I still gotta like learn or memorize where all the different monsters are. I think the Lesser Demons are in this area. And I mentioned this last time I was here too, is that when you do your Wildy Slayer task in the Wildy Slayer cave, you have a 15% increased chance to get Laren's keys from your Slayer task versus doing it anywhere else in the Wildy. Okay, I finally figured this out. I was wondering why sometimes when I eat anglerfish in the Wildy, sometimes it heals me to like the 121 or whatever, but other times I'm capped at 99 hit points. Like right now, you'll see if I try to eat it, I'm capped at 99. And the reason for that is whether or not you're in combat. So if I try to eat it now, will I... Now, okay, now it puts me to 121. So if you're in combat in the Wildy, then you can't get put above your max health with it. Whoa, I've never seen this drop before. A looting bag note. That's cool. I have a looting bag note inside of a looting bag. That's like looting bagception. Or is that like cannibalism? You can exchange this for the actual looting bag at a banker or bank booth. But what if I have one already? What happens? You already have one of those. Okay. Next up is gonna be Greater Demons. By the way, that looting bag note thing, that was genuinely my first time ever seeing that. Like when I played my UIM, I never did LMS for looting bags, so I'd never seen that item before. Oh, speaking of new drops I've never seen before, a magic shortbow scroll. Ooh, MSBI. I don't know if that's gonna be useful for me, but hey. When I deposit this stuff into the bank, I think I'm about to lose 2 more bank slots. It's gonna be, oh, 3, oh god. Dude, since I started doing Wildy Slayer, I've been losing so much bank space. I got this really goofy Slayer task, Magic Axes. Unfortunately, the Laren's keys are 1 out of 533, so it's worth using Expeditiouses here. They drop Iron Battle Axes. I love that so much. It's a guaranteed drop, except for some reason when you're in the Catacombs, then it's such a weird drop rate, 1 out of 1.053, because in the Catacombs you have a chance of getting another kind of battle axe instead, which leads to many questions which will probably never be answered. If I was doing regular Slayer in the Catacombs for these tasks like Greater Demons or Lesser Demons, I would gain no value on my accounts, but by doing Wildy Slayer with all these extra drops, the value really adds up. I mean, this is over 700k for the Slayer task. No, I'll take something different. Scorpions are cool. Going back to Scorpia. Well, if she's free, that is, because I'm not sure what she's working on. She might be just trying to do her skilling for max stuff. I'm gonna go hunt chins in the meantime, because Spook said it might be like an hour. So I'll see how many chins I can hunt before she's ready to go. This is my first time casting Magic Imbue while hunting chins, and look at this. You can cast it and it won't interrupt the action. Like I know it does this with most other things. I think there's a few exceptions, but generally Magic Imbue will not interrupt your actions. It's time to gear up and go to Scorpia. I got 334 chins, never lucky. 335. My Scorpion Slayer task always ends up being done in one trip since I'm the barrager. So usually for 1 KC of the boss, I end up getting like 3 or 4 kills done for my task because you end up killing the little baby scorpions too. Oh, someone's in here.
Oh, you lied. You said no one ever does Scorpia.
Well, that was for Tuesdays. Today's Wednesday, so...
Oh yeah, a lot of people play on Wednesday.
Oh my gosh.
What?
Do you know the drop rate for that? 1 in 25.6, or it could have been 1 in 4,000. We'll never know. Oh my gosh. Oh yeah, my Slayer task just ended. What's your KC up to?
96.
I have 158, so combined we're at 254 KC. The drop rate's 256 for a specific one, so we have essentially like a 1 in 128, so we're like double the rate. I'll see if I can pull the back-to-back. green dragons. I went back in my own YouTube videos to find the one where I did the wildy green dragons just to figure out the gear setup because I didn't have one saved. So this is what I got. My 3 saved items will be the lance, slayer helm, and the dins. And I'll be going north of Ferox. Oh yeah, you pretty much have to go to a total world for green dragons, otherwise it's just packed with bots. And because I have the wildy elite diary done, all the dragon bones I get in the wildy are gonna come noted. I actually really don't feel like I'm in danger at all here because, well, I'm not in deep wildy, and then also it's single combat, so the PKer would have to wait for me to be out of combat first. So as long as I'm paying attention to the screen, then I should be fine. Actually, I'll stop and do the hard clues as I get them. I think it's worth it. I am still stacking caskets though, so you won't see me open them in this video unless I misclick. Oh, there's a star. Hold up, I'll be back. Goodbye, star. And that was plus about 700 stardust. Oh, actually, it looks like they have these guys in the Wildy Slayer cave. Even though it's a bit more common for the keys, I think I just kind of like being over here better. It's closer to Ferox, or well, just closer to a bank teleport in general. Plus, the whole Wildy Slayer cave is multi-combat. I banked 115 dragon bones for Spook Dog to help her when she eventually goes for 99 prayer, and I banked most of the green dehides too. I have fantastic news. The redwood log stack is now back over 10,000. The great thing about having this Moss Giant Slayer task is the mossy keys. They're normally 1 out of 150, but if you kill them in the wildy, then it's a 1 out of 60 drop. If you kill them while you're on a Slayer task, it's a 1 out of 50 drop. And if you kill them on task and in the wildy, it's 1 out of 33.6. But none of this matters because we already have the Bryophyte essence, so. Honestly, lava dragons kind of suck as a task. I don't think I've skipped a wildy Slayer task before. Maybe I skipped one, but this might be my first time skipping a wildy Slayer task. I really just cannot be bothered to do them. Oh man, Revenants. Well, luckily it's 1 AM, so I guess I'll try my luck tonight. I got over 40 kills tonight, and it went so smooth compared to last time, which was, I think, more kind of during the day-ish. So I don't know, maybe I'll just end up skipping the task in the morning depending on how annoyed I get at revs. And just for reference, it's 1 out of about 586 for me to see any of these uniques, plus I have the chance to get these uniques too. So to put it in perspective, this is kind of like a corp kill because a sigil from corp is 1 in 585. Wait, why isn't he attacking me? Okay. There's the end of the Revs task. It was pretty uneventful. There weren't really much in the way of PKers, but there also wasn't really any uniques either besides like the basic stuff. But I'm almost at 200 Revenants with no weapons or totems. I saw Hellhounds and my mind immediately thought, yes, Cerberus, but then I realized I'm doing Wildy Slayer, and now that's kind of giving me the itch to go back and do regular Slayer because I want to do bossing. I saw this bandit out of the corner of my eye. He was like walking down the stairs before, and because I saw him out of the corner of my eye, I thought it was a PKer for a second because like, see, just like that, I thought it was like a rapier. Damn, he walks like all the way out here, jeez. But it's not, it's an NPC, so I'm safe for now. Oh, he he actually came up and started attacking me now. That's so funny. If I could pick any item from OSRS to make into real life, believe it or not, I would not pick monkfish or anglerfish. I would pick this, the target teleport. That would be so useful because there's a lot of days where I need something from the store, but I just don't feel like driving there. Although if I had that in real life, then I guess the hard part would be getting back. You know what else is great about target teleports is that I didn't already have any, so that's, oh god, there's two more bank slots taken up. Maybe all these wildy items should just be kept in the group storage. I don't know. Or maybe when I'm done doing Wildy Slayer for a while at least. Oh, spiders. That's Spindel. I haven't done that boss yet, so I'm gonna get to learn a new boss today. Well, here's my initial gear / inventory setup. It's for sure gonna be changing because I'll figure out the proper ratios of potions and supplies and maybe bring like monk's robes or proselyte for the prayer bonus. We'll see. Here's my 3 items kept on death, and then to get there, I'll be taking the Corpler teleport. Oh, by the way, so I've never killed this boss before. I have 1 Venenatus KC. Spindel's just like the small version, the singles version of Venenatus, and this 1 KC was from before the Wildy boss rework. And to get there, I'll show you on the minimap, it is right up here. This is the same deal as the other Wildy bosses. You can't peak until you have 20 KC, so... Oh. Okay, Okay, that's fine. Alright, so we're gonna... Oh my god, I'm so scared. Okay, no, I'm not scared. We'll go in there and... It's empty. Okay, let me tag the boss and then start the fight. Oh, does she not aggro you if you don't hit her? Okay. So there's these spiderlings, I'm gonna have to tag those. They say to bring darts or chins or even like a bulwark spec for those little dudes. And then there's the web that she's gonna throw out. One, second hit, then third hit I think is gonna be the web. I did the math right. First try, nice. And your Spindel kill count is 1. Ooh, Laren's key. Oh, that's so funny. Okay. Wow. 2 KC Spindel, there's a dragon pickaxe. The collection log does show all the drops you get from any boss that drops that thing, so obviously I didn't get all 5 of the D-picks from Spindel, but that is my 5th time getting a D-pick. Not to be too arrogant or something, but you know, I feel like I got pretty good at the boss in just 3 kills. Because that last kill, I basically took like next to no damage. I figured out how to set the web in the right spot. So I feel like I picked up on this boss pretty quick. Let me introduce you to the Dunning-Kruger effect. It's when people are new to something and have little experience, they tend to create their own subjective reality where they overestimate their knowledge and abilities in the subject. The picture is kind of a meme, but at the same time, I think it does pretty accurately portray a lot of scenarios. So when you're new, you have an arrogantly high confidence in the subject, but then you quickly get brought back down to earth as it really dawns on you how much you don't know. And then from there, you slowly build up your skill set. I think it's applicable to like most things you do in RuneScape, as well as real life. But anyways, I think I was at the point here where I was coming down from the peak of Mount Stupid. And that is your psychology lesson for today. Also, can I just talk about how cool this lair looks? Like, this place is sick. Looks like the inside of an old used sock or something. Oh, Venenatis Adept. Oh, right, so it adds the Venenatis and Spindel KC together. So I have 10 KC total between them. Oh my god. The double pop-up in the chat box. Holy. Ooh, I'm now a Venenatis veteran. I'm kind of curious. I'm going to leave the lair. You know how it's 20 KC to be able to peek? I want to see, does that add the Venenatis KC as well? Or is that just you have to have 20 Spindel KC specifically? Okay, I do have to kill 1 more Spindel, so it does not count the Venenatis KC for that. And that is 20 KC, so I can now do the peeking thing. I was looking at ammunition to bring, and while I do have a lot of mithril darts, I have iron darts too, and no matter what you use, you always one-shot the spiderlings, so may as well use the worst one, especially when I have a lot of them. Look at me peeking like I'm an expert at this place, a veteran you might even say. Since it's my first time at the boss, I'll do a full run-through of a kill. Spindel is divided into 4 phases that just repeat in the same order over and over throughout the whole fight. Each phase is just her attacking 4 times, and then she moves, which signifies it's a new phase. So the phases go pretty fast. As you just saw, the first phase, she summons the 2 spiders that you want to kill as fast as possible, because if you don't, they drain your prayer every time they hit you, they increase Spindel's damage, and they allow her to hit through prayers. Phase 2 is just 4 auto attacks, so you don't have to worry about that. So now we're on to phase 3. On the 3rd hit of phase 3, Spindel will throw out a web. So ideally for that 3rd hit, you want to be as close to the edge of the room as possible so you don't run over that web during the next couple phases. And now phase 4 is just 4 basic auto attacks again, so quickly breeze through those and we are back to phase 1 and Spindel summons the spiderlings. And the cycle of those 4 phases, like I said, just repeats over and over. I feel like the web is the key part to learn, and I feel like that's really where the learning curve for Spindel comes from. And that's also what separates the 2 kill trips from the 30 kill trips. It's knowing when the web is coming and how to place it in the best spot. When you're standing on top of the web, you'll be constantly drained of 3 HP, 3 prayer, and 10 run energy. So as you can imagine, it can pretty easily cause your trips to end early. One last thing to mention is that I'm praying melee because I'm next to Spindel during the fight since I'm meleeing, but in case you're ranging or you end up stepping away from Spindel for whatever reason, then what you want to pray is range for the first 2 phases or mage if it's during the second 2 phases. I feel like now I'm actually starting to grasp the basics of Spindel and actually get the mechanics down. I'm sort of coming out of the valley of despair, I'd say, at this point. I was just in the room for like half an hour, so compared to my first couple trips, which were just like 2 kills, 3 kills each, There's definite improvement, that's for sure. Oh, I now understand why Spindel drops the strange fruits, because the strange fruits restore your run energy, and when you drink a stamina, like, yeah, it gives you the little boost thing, but it only restores your run by 20, and then if you fall in the web again, then your run can get drained back to 0 pretty easily. So the strange fruits would be like a really nice drop to get if you're in that kind of situation. Ooh, look at this. Strange fruit, energy restored by 30. I guess it's not that much, but it actually helps quite a bit here. I started this trip at 42 KC and now I have 74 KC. So that was a 32 kill trip, which was, I'm pretty sure that's over an hour in the Spindel room. Yeah, I'm averaging 25 kills per hour. That might not be completely accurate, but yeah. And the loot from a 32 kill trip is this. And the Spindel task is done. Here's a quick look at the loot tracker from 96 Spindel. So almost 6 mil, but the D pick is 1.5 mil. That's still a good 4 mil plus of loot. I'm going to bed, but I just have to know. Oh my gosh. Okay, well, I'll be doing more Spindel tomorrow. 76. The timing on this was insane. Like, you could not have planned this better. We got the Bees Forestry event, and then the mysterious old man appears and he's like, ah, bee. I think that's also how they pronounce Arby's in New York. Hey, I've been doing some forestry with the friendly folks in Drainer Village and I just got a virtual woodcutting level of 101. Oh wow, that's cool. It's all 3 of the same type for the best combination of thing for here. Well anyways, after this I'm done woodcutting. I've just been woodcutting all morning because I've just had so much to edit. But if you're curious about the XP per hour I was getting at the Drainer Willows, with a lot of people doing forestry as well, you can see it's like 78k woodcutting XP, 11k fire making XP, but I'm off to go do the Spindel task, which it's a Friday afternoon, so it may not be the best time, but I'll try my best. No way the tree's in this ring. Okay, let's dip out of here. Dude, that's sick. 97 KC. That's my first kill back too. Wow. Oh, I was trying to take my gear off to show the stats of it, but I have the left click for the myth cape set to teleport. Let me just fix that real quick. Here's the bonuses of the ring. It has stab accuracy and stab defense. So the places you would use this is wherever you would stab. The wiki says KBD, Addy dragons, other kinds of metal dragons, dark beasts, arachnids. I don't know if it's really best in slot anywhere. You also want to imbue it too, and that would double the bonuses, so +8 stab accuracy and defense. I've never had this ring on any account before. I've never even looked up the stats, but I guess now I know that it's not really too useful, unfortunately. No shot, dude. Well, it means Spook Dog are each gonna have our very own treasonous rings. That's crazy. For these spiderlings, I've been meaning to do this. I kept forgetting tag style hole. So just for these guys, it'll be easier to see them that way. Oops. And that is the last kill of the Spindel task. My god, dude, this trip I just did right here, this was 33 kills. And look at the amount of supplies I have left over after. I could have stayed here for such a long time more. But I don't think I'd want to do Spindel off task. Oh, look at that juicy looting bag, 1.3 mil. Has 172 Spindel, and the GE value of that is about 9.5 mil. And here's the collection log. One of 2 things is going to happen here. Either I'm going to get the back 3 task, or I'm going to end the video.